Hi, I'm Ray. Well, I'm down the allotment today and it's a right old cold day, and I brought down a garden incinerator. So these can be purchased for around 25 to 30 pounds at a hardware store or even some supermarkets. So today I'm going to show you how to start and how to use a garden incinerator. So when you purchase your garden incinerator, it comes with a lid, with a chimney, and it also comes with some legs, and these are quite often missing or lost, so it's always good to double check. And there's some bolts that we use for the legs. So first job we need to do is add some legs to our incinerator. So they come with 3 legs, and the legs are used just to keep the incinerator off the ground, as we've got holes at the bottom of the incinerator and we need the air to be circulating all around. So we've got 3 legs and we've got bolts and nuts. Which can be screwed on in place. After a time, the legs do get a bit flimsy and they will tend to fall off. If that's the case, then it might be worth just sticking incinerator and 4 bricks, just keeping it off the air. So when burning on an allotment plot, it's good to check your allotment rules, whether certain types of months, certain types of days, even the wind directions, whether you can burn on certain days. When you're in your garden, whether your neighbours have got their washing out, or whether it's a nice day and the windows are open, it's always best to check. So we need to find a nice location. There's nothing above, nothing around, and I've added a tile on the bottom so our dustbin with our legs can sit on top. Just like that. So my first job is going to add some paper to the bottom, and I'm just using Christmas paper because I'm still getting rid of the Christmas rubbish, but newspaper folded up into boards would be just fine. So next we need to add some kindling. And kindling can be purchased from a supermarket, from a store, and a bag of kindling will cost you £4 to £5. Or if you're on the allotment plot, make your own kindling, cutting up some pallets or some small pieces of wood. So I'm going to add some of the kindling on top of the paper. And then we've got our long handled lighter, and we're going to light this from the bottom upwards. If you've got a bin with handles, it's always good to have a pair of gloves nearby. We've got our paper, we've got our kindling. I'm just going to get my long pointed lighter. I'm going to stick it in the hole. We're going to light it. There we go. So these bins can become extremely hot, and it needs to be really hot before we can go adding any wet matter in there, otherwise it would just put the fire out. So we're just going to get this going, put some dry logs in, build it up, put some bigger logs in, and then once that's all done, then we can start adding our dry matter and the wet plants, etc. into the bin. So there we go. Already started catching the kindling. So once it's taken off, we can just keep adding some wood on the top. So getting it hot is part of the main effort. Once you can get it really hot, you can then start putting your greens and your other waste on top. Just keep adding some logs to keep burning. And that's great. So just a few rules, not to burn any plastics, any aerosols or any flammable liquids. And it leaves a nice heat as well. On a cold day like this today, -2, it's really chucking out some heat. You can already see around the area where the incinerator is, it's already defrosted. Where it's chucking out so much heat. Which is ideal for a cold day down the allotment. So I'm using my little chainsaw today. I'm cutting these sunflower stems, and they're really thick. Straight through. Pretty good. So once we've got a bit of heat up now, we can start throwing in some of the old waste from the garden, from the allotment, and these are sunflowers. And we can see so once you're finished using your gloves, put the lid on top, and we can either let that burn out, not leaving it unattended, or you could get a watering can with some water and douse it out. But we've got rid of so much stuff now. It's been really good.